Welcome back to another episode of Love and Money Couplepreneurs podcast. I am your host, Charles Orr, and my beautiful co-host, my wife, Jazmine Orr.
What's up, baby?
How you doing today, baby?
I'm good. How are you? Look at us in our orange.
And our orange,
looking
I know.
all,
That,
it's
that
us.
orange chocolate skin looking good over there. I like that combo.
Now, listen, I have to introduce our next powerhouse couple, okay? I want y'all to meet Vernon and Taelor Evans. Yes. They are a powerhouse husband and wife legal duo, founders of Lawyers with Attitude, a boutique law firm specializing in personal injury, estate planning, and business law. They met in school in 2013 in law school, married in 2017, and are now the proud parents to two young daughters, Ryan and Kendall. Balancing the demands of building a firm and raising toddlers, they know all about sleepless nights and high stakes. Whether in the courtroom or the nursery, Vernon brings deep expertise in business and injury law, while Taelor focuses on injury and estate planning. Together, they deliver bold, client-focused legal services with heart and hustle, all while building a legacy for their family. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
Okay.
I know that sounds like a lot. Like, oh, that was us, baby.
Okay.
Like
Sounded
Game of Thrones,
good.
Breaker of Chains.
With the title. Love the introduction.
Yeah,
We are
Love
just happy to have you all.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Okay, so I have to give them a little tidbit. I met Taelor.
Ooh, babies.
Yeah, how did we
I
meet?
was a
How did we
baby.
meet?
Yeah, we might have been infants. What year? Okay, it's at least been 15. I don't even know that. I was
that long
newly
ago?
married. Yeah.
I think
What?
I was about 21 or 22.
Yeah,
For sure.
agreed,
We met through a
agreed.
mutual
Yes.
associate.
What?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Long time ago.
Never knew that.
Outside, meeting up
Okay.
at Blue Martini.
Martini,
Oh, child. Okay.
Let's not go that far into it.
Hold on now.
So no, it's just amazing to see you all and see your marriage and your family evolve and bloom, because she was a young tenderoni baby, okay?
She's still a young tenderoni.
Yes,
Okay.
she
My
is.
bad.
Oh, I love that.
So that's
But
his young
so, and then
tenderoni.
Vernon, as we started our business, Taelor trusted us to do his birthday party. So
Yes.
that was amazing. And just welcome. Tell us about Lawyers with Attitude. Let's start there.
Lawyers with that. First off, who came up with the name?
You know who
So
came
hold
up
on.
with the name.
Who
So hold
came
on.
up
Let me give y'all props too,
Oh.
because even though
Okay.
we met a long time ago, we lost contact.
Yeah.
We came back, through social media, honestly, and I saw
Social media.
the growth that your business has had, and I was so excited to try you when we were planning. Did a surprise birthday party for Vernon.
Yeah.
Y'all came through
That's right.
professional, the ideas. I didn't have everything together. Y'all was moving furniture for me. Like, it was amazing. I was like, oh, I love them. Thank you. And so we've just followed your journey ever since, now about 5 years. Y'all been
years,
it's been
Taelor.
amazing. And
Thank
so
you.
congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Like,
you,
it's
girl.
amazing. It's amazing.
Yes.
Lawyers with Attitude. Vernon
already
came
know.
up with the name.
You already know.
110%.
Look at him
Vernon
sitting there
came up
looking
with
like a lawyer with an attitude.
Tell him, how'd you come up with the idea, babe?
Yes.
Go on, tell him.
Well, as a lawyer, when you talk to people, sometimes they want somebody to fight for them.
Yes.
Right.
And that's what I was hearing over and over again when I was doing personal injury at one of the bigger law firms. I want somebody to fight for me. I want this. I want that. And when I was thinking of starting our own, that name spoke to me. And I know a lot of people, especially in our community,
Yeah, we know what it is.
link it with something else. And
Right.
and I like that. I identified with that, and that's just me. Sometimes I have an attitude with vigorously fighting for the things that matter.
I
There you
know
go.
that's
And
right.
I will
like
say
that.
it was the first decision in my eyes that really highlighted the differences between Vernon and I, because I am more, I'll say, cautious. Vernon
Okay.
is our...
Right.
Evans
Vernon-
and
He's the
Evans
risk
Legal
taker.
Group.
Right. So our business formal name is actually Evans and Evans Legal Group. This is our
Okay.
compromise. Our DBA is Lawyers with Attitude.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
not
I
my
like that.
doing. I wanted LWA all the way.
LWA
all the way.
But we're
Listen.
partners, so we got to compromise.
There you go.
I love that you guys bring that, though. Like you said, in our community, like we know what it is, and for you to still bring that part of yourself in your professional life, and to be a Black couple, let alone a Black man who is a lawyer, LWA. I'm here for it.
Thank you.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. So how did you guys? So you said you guys met in school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was this law school? So both of you guys was going to be attorneys. How did y'all manage?
Oh,
to...
Lord, don't let him tell this story,
I need
y'all.
to
Don't
hear
let
it. I
him tell
need to
this
hear
story.
I'll let her tell the story then.
All right, how about this? I'll do a quick version. You do a quick version, okay?
Cool.
Okay.
So
There we go.
it was my second semester in law school. I started at a weird time in January as opposed to August.
Oh, okay.
And I was at a rooftop birthday party for someone. And this young man approaches me. He looks a little bit out of place. And I'm like, who is this young man approaching me? I'm not feeling the vibes, we'll say. You know, so I said a couple of words and then I went about my business. And that was our initial meeting. 1 or 2 weeks later, there was an event held called the Women of Color Conference, right? Women in the Law of Color. And it's all 3 law schools in the San Diego area. And the women come together and there's a conference that's held. And he was there checking women in. And I was like, oh, he looks familiar. Didn't think anything of it. And then he would later ask me for my contact information. And I thought that was so cute because it was professional, but he's still trying to get at the number. And I gave him the number. And then we've been locked since. But it's the beginning of the story that he may have a different version of.
Okay, go ahead
Come
and
on,
drop it
I
on
need
us,
that
Vernon.
version.
So she was correct. It was a rooftop party. And I knew afterwards we were going to a club downtown San Diego in the Gas Lamp District. So I left my polo in the car.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's
And
like,
I
that's why
had
I was out of place.
no.
No.
I fit in it wherever I go.
Okay.
But I had my white
I love
T-shirt
it.
on. I had a white
Gotcha.
T-shirt
Okay.
on.
Okay.
I had a bottle Kettle One. It was BYOB, and I had
Might as well be Hennessy.
I had a blunt in my ear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We still downtown San Diego, so it's close to Southeast San Diego,
Okay.
the hood. So I walk up, I see 3 females at the rooftop. It was Taylor and 2 European young ladies.
Right.
And so, of course, me being me, I go talk to the beautiful black woman.
Right.
Okay.
There we go.
She got no conversation for me. She is
Like,
super
man.
short, one-word answers, just mean. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm going to go that way.
Right.
And I started walking, and I walked by one of the young ladies, the other young lady. She said, oh, you smell like my ex-boyfriend. I was like, see, that's the type of
Fast.
action I needed.
Right. That's
So I was
what
talking with them, had a good time. Everybody came. We actually went to the club later, and I seen her at the club, and I was like, let me go try to talk to this girl. But she kind of bougie, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Right.
I had
Let me
to
try
take a
it
lap
again.
around the bar to get my confidence up.
Okay.
By the time I get back to her, she's gone. I said, what happened to... I talked to the young lady next to her, asked her, what happened to the girl? I don't even know her name at this time. What happened to the girl that was with you? So she left. So I was like, all right, cool. Have a good night. And this is I think my 3rd year in law school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My first year, Randy Rutherford, career counselor at Thomas Jefferson, asked me to volunteer for this Women of Color. Well, actually, he just said, can you volunteer for this event?
Okay.
And I was like, Sunday, football just started. No, thank you. He was like, it's the Women of Color in Law Luncheon. So all
It's
the women
women
of
there.
the 3 law schools and the female attorneys are going to be there. So I was like, I'll do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it was
You
just
ain't
what he
gotta pull
said
my
it
arm
was.
now. All right.
So I actually said, I'll do this every semester because they do it twice a year.
Oh, okay.
And so fast forward to 2 weeks after meeting her at the rooftop, I'm at this event. I'm checking in people, and I see her. And one more little backstory. I know it's
Yeah,
going
no, you
long.
good.
Sorry, but a friend of mine, we were just hanging out talking, and he was talking about how he asked for a girl's contact information. And I'm clowning. I'm like, man, that's the softest line ever. You know what I mean? How you gonna ask for contact
Contact
information? Just
info.
ask for a number.
Then he bit
And
it off
then-
of him.
And then I'm at this event, and I see her go to the restroom and wait for her. I was like, man, what can I say to her? She was kind of standoffish at the rooftop. I was like, contact information. I'm gonna use that second line. I'm gonna see what it worked. And it worked.
And it was.
But one other thing, it was funny when she walked by, God told me that was gonna be my wife. And I stand by that. I tell everybody that. I told her dad that like 3-4 times. He was like, yeah, right, nigga. He's like,
Right.
but it's the truth. It's,
Right.
And so, God
She's
will
your
know.
wife.
Sometimes
Okay.
you know when you
God
know.
speaks. He
Yes,
speaks.
he
He lives in
does.
quiet moments.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Well, you know what? Thank y'all for sharing that beautiful rendition of how y'all met. How did you all decide to go into law together? Because was that a given after law school?
So let me ask. So did you guys both know that? Like, was these all attorneys that was at the rooftop? And
It was
They were all
law
students.
students.
okay, so you knew he was going to school.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Okay,
Again,
that's what I
you
was
looked a little
wondering.
out of place, Charles.
Okay, she like
You looked a
with a
little
cold
hood
world.
adjacent. Okay.
not adjacent.
I didn't go to her school. I started
Yeah.
off
See, I
at Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
It was a tier 4 law school, but I did really well my first year and transferred to USD, top
okay.
50 law school, just because I know it was easier to get a job
Yeah.
Gotcha.
coming from
Okay.
that big name school.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I didn't know her at all, and I seen her, and
so once
Made
you
your
guys
move.
figured it out,
yes,
figured it
indeed.
out.
y'all are both fraternities. Did y'all help each other? Anybody help?
I tried to help her
Yeah.
transfer schools.
Yes, he did. He did counsel me to transfer schools. But no, once we both, like he said, he came out before me. He was 2 years ahead of me in school. And, you know, I tried to be a sounding board for him going through that bar process. At
Yeah.
that time in California, the bar was 3 full days.
Oh.
And he passed first try. And I remember the day
Wow.
because we went to this Usher and Friends tour in LA. And it was 2014, and it was around my birthday time. So he bought us like floor seats, and I was like, "Oh my God, we on the floor," you know.
Yeah.
And then, but before that, we were getting his bar results. They came out at 6 p.m. And I was like, "Are you sure you want to do this concert? Because your bar results are coming out." Again,
Yeah.
I'm very cautious. He's like, "Nah, it's good. We're gonna be fine." And so I just remember you see your name on a list. I couldn't even read. I was so excited for him. All I saw was green. And I was like, oh my
Wow.
God, you
Great.
passed. Yeah. So that was very
Wow.
exciting. And then a few years later, I came out past the bar. Very exciting moment. And then a year and a half later, we moved back to Las Vegas. And I'm skipping over some parts, but we took the bar together in Nevada. And so
It
that
wasn't
part was
dual?
different. No, there's no, they call reciprocity.
California is kind of a tough one, I heard too. The past.
They've changed it a lot,
Okay.
but yeah, it was pretty challenging. Nevada was challenging as well, though.
Okay.
Especially because by the time we both took the Nevada bar,
Yeah.
we were working full time, you know, and so that added a whole other element. I didn't have, 14 hours to study in one day,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh my
So that added a
gosh.
different element. But we were fortunate to pass the Nevada bar together, and I remember. The night before the exam, Black Panther 1 had just come out.
Okay.
And so we went and saw it, just kind of relaxed down a little bit. And then when we get into the bar room to take the test, we were sitting like across the room from each other because they separate you and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
And we just looked at each other. We did this little
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Yes. Thank
That's
God we
what's
both
up.
passed it. Yeah.
And you guys both passed.
Both times, California, Nevada.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah.
And then,
How did you guys decide that you were going to go into law together, though? Was that
like,
the
to
plan?
start your own practice, right? Did y'all ever talk about that?
We did. She didn't want to rock with me, y'all. She did not
keep it
want to
real,
rock
Vernon.
with me. Yeah, that's
It
all
is
I
what
can do.
he's gonna do. Okay, every time.
She didn't. She didn't. You know, I was, I do securities law as well.
No.
Which is above me. I don't know anything about security.
like
law.
that.
And so I was speaking with a gentleman from Australia. I'm not even sure how he contacted me, but he had a couple OTC companies and he wanted representation. I do a lot of opinion letters for a lot of different people and started doing good work. I've been doing it since 2017 and people somehow contact me out the blue that I don't even know.
Yeah.
Because
And
it's
he-
your work speaking for itself and word of
Indeed.
mouth.
Word of mouth.
And he was
Yeah.
asking me, he was telling me he wanted me to be his counsel and asked if I thought about getting a law firm. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I have been thinking about it. And I spoke to Taylor about it, like, let's start this law firm. She was working with another attorney that she was friends with, and she was thinking about partnerships and going in with her.
Yeah.
She was like, I think I'm cool with going in with you, So I was
The
like,
best
dang.
partner you could ever have.
But listen, so from my point of view, initially, I was, I'm very conscientious of trying to separate work from home.
Okay.
And I
Understood.
didn't want that to take over our relationship. Like in
That's
the beginning
fair.
of our relationship as young attorneys, we used to bring cases home all the time, talk about cases, and it's fine then. But as your partnership and marriage grows, it's like
Absolutely.
we are the most probably non-attorneys you know, honestly. We don't sit down and round table cases all the time, right?
Yeah.
We do
Gotcha.
sometimes bounce ideas off each other because that's necessary. We're still partners. We think very differently, approach legal strategy differently. So that was my original hesitation with going into business together, not allowing it to subsume our personal life.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a good point because we always talk to couples that are in business together, and we never talk about like the fact of being hesitant about wanting to work with your partner because you want to be able to have some part of that like separation or
Yeah.
concerns that if it don't go well, then
And
what
it's
does
valid.
that do?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So I'm glad to hear that was something that you actually did consider.
We're going to get the real.
yeah.
How
Some
did
people
you
don't
how
talk
did
about
you
that.
navigate that though? Because I'm sure the lines were blurred. I'm sure some boundaries got crossed initially and making sure that you did have that separation. Does that exist now for you all?
Let's say that again or ask that again.
Yeah. So my question is, she was hesitant regarding blending the business and the marriage because she knew that if you guys went in a partnership, it would possibly submerge together. How are you guys navigating that now? Have you guys found that that merge has happened, and how do you safeguard that?
Yes and no, I would say, because I was going to move full speed ahead regardless. You know what I'm saying? I was going for it, and things weren't, I guess, as rosy with her situation. And so I was letting her know I'm about to start this law firm. And then she mentioned about going in with me. And I'm confused. I was like, wait a minute. I thought you was doing this. And she's like, you don't want to be in the law firm with me? I was like, okay, I see you trying to flip stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
now she's trying to flip it.
And I was like, of course I do. But I was adamant. She was like, I don't like the name though. I was like, oh yeah, that's something that's not going to
Okay,
go.
that ain't changing.
It's going to be LWA all
The
the way. But,
I think for me, personally, the switch happened. You introduced at the top of the hour. We have 2 baby girls. We have
Yes.
Ryan, who's 3. Kendall will be 2 here in a couple weeks.
Okay.
So having
A
these
1-year-old
back
right
to
now.
back babies, having these back to back babies, y'all know y'all got a lot of children.
Yeah.
Okay,
We know
So
that
it's
life.
like,
We know that life.
that the time and the effort that goes into trying to be a good parent, and I could just no longer balance that while being an employee. So one day, and to your credit, the light just kind of did go off in my head, even though I tried to flip it on him a little bit. I'm
Right,
sorry,
right,
babe. I see the error in my ways now.
The
The light just went on for
she's
for
a
me
gymnast, all the
personally.
flipping she be doing.
Simone Biles, okay?
Okay.
So the light did click for me. It just took a little bit longer.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think to answer the second part of your question about how being able to keep it separate now, one thing that is a little different about our situation is Vernon does still have a full-time 9 to 5.
Okay.
So that allows him to just have something totally separate that
Right.
he's working on. And then he also still handles the business cases, as he mentioned, the securities laws and the OTC
Gotcha.
opinion letters and whatnot. So that helps keep it separate. And so his role is really still evolving, still changing as we grow. We just opened last year.
Congrats.
But thank
Congrats.
you. Is really, he is a very creative person. Like, as we're now trying to ramp up our social media efforts, and he has all these great ideas. You guys gonna see him rolling out. He's a
Yes.
funny, genuine man, and so he's our creative head for
I
sure.
love that.
Yeah.
That's
Go
what's
ahead,
up.
Vern. Your wife is laying it on for you, okay?
You see that?
Do you
I
see
do.
that?
Okay.
She digging out that hole. She digging out that hole. That's it.
That's what he see. But no, that's good. So y'all touched on the fact that like having like different legal strategies about how y'all go about. How do y'all deal with that? Like if y'all have a case and you may feel like, okay, we should approach it this way, and he feels like, no, we should approach it that way. Like who gets the final say on what direction or what
She do.
strategy? She does.
Now she has the better plaintiff, I guess, friendly side.
Okay.
Sometimes
Okay.
something happen, or I see something, or the facts. I'm like, no, this is terrible.
And I'm always
something I
saying you
need to
got to be
work
more
on.
creative. You got to think of a
Yeah.
different angle.
But I just don't see it. Sometimes I just don't see it.
You don't see the case.
I think I'm pro business in a lot of aspects, but I'm still
Okay.
for the little man. It's the way things are. in this country, some of the laws I just think are unfair. So they're holding businesses to a standard that they probably shouldn't be held to, but I'm going to take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get them checks.
Okay.
And and so she's brilliant. She helps me see things that I normally don't see. And after she was right a couple times, I just figured, okay, I'll just let her lead. You know
So
what I'm
the
saying?
short answer really is trial and error. You know,
Trial
we
and error.
get
There you
things
go.
wrong a lot, and then
Yeah.
we're like, okay, wait a minute, they were right. We got to bump our heads a few times. and
Yeah.
then we're acknowledge it. And what I like though is that we're both able to admit that in all seriousness. Like, you were right, I was wrong. I like that about us.
You got to have that element in it. You got to.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
take
I'm not
yourself
sure
too
why
seriously.
people don't know to say I'm sorry, I was wrong. It's easy to do for me.
I agree.
It is.
I agree.
And
with
I'm
that.
very stubborn, but if I see the light or if I'm proven wrong, I'm like, okay, I was wrong.
Right.
Change course.
Yeah, when I feel I'm right, I'll stick with it. I can be stubborn in that essence too. But if I know that I'm wrong, why would I hold on? That I think that's weird.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely not with your partner, right? Because we supposed to be the one that you can trust and be vulnerable with,
Yeah.
and to be able to have that openness of saying, "Hey, I was wrong, babe. You was right." Because it ain't no ill will between us. You know what I'm saying? We both want the best for each other. So so long as you come around and
But I don't know. There's a lot of people that don't, or they want to be the top dog, so to speak. Not in maybe in a relationship, but maybe in their careers. If they have a similar career,
That's true.
they may
Have that
feel
competitive
insecure.
nature. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
definitely see that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because people do say lawyers have egos.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is that true? Lawyers, I feel like lawyers have ego. Do you feel like it's required? Is it necessary to have an
that's
ego?
a good way to ask
That
that.
is a
babe.
really good way to ask that. I personally don't.
Okay.
Yes, we know a lot of attorneys with egos. I said a little while ago, we're probably the most non-lawyers lawyers that you're gonna
Okay.
meet. Like, we're not very egotistical. If we have a difference of opinion, they'd be like, all right, that's your opinion. This is why you're wrong, and we're able to move on. If I need to turn on a more aggressive tone, I'm gonna save that for opposing counsel. Or sometimes I got to tap the clients too, because they make it a little out of
Clients,
line,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But against my partner, no,
I
we
love
don't
that.
need that.
I
Yeah.
love that. That is the recipe for a strong marriage, because I don't got to do all that with you.
Right.
And I agree. I don't think I have an ego. I don't think an ego is needed, but I do think you need to have confidence.
Yeah.
And I do think you need to be aggressive.
Okay.
So at times I'm aggressive, and it was funny because somebody was a long time ago, I can't remember when or where, but they said something about being passive aggressive. So I don't need to be passive aggressive. I'm just aggressive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not going
I
to
don't do
hide
passive
or
aggressive.
Yeah,
That's
it's really.
I'm not going to
That's
tiptoe
crazy,
around
baby.
something. I'm just going to confront it head on.
Absolutely. Okay, so with you guys being in business now a year, what surprises did you guys find in working together and starting your law firm as a couple?
That's a good question. Surprises that I found. I don't really know that there were any surprises as a couple.
Even on the business side.
Yeah, on the business side of things, I've been licensed almost 10 years. He's been licensed 11 years, I think. So being new as an entrepreneur, I'm very, very new to an entrepreneur. Vernon's always had an entrepreneurial spirit. He had a small business even before this one. And so for me, a challenge that I am still working on is building my discernment as a business owner.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of little side businesses that reach out, especially particularly with personal injury. Las Vegas is such a saturated market.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of little side marketing companies that want to like sell you cases, and that's unethical. You could
Right.
actually get a misdemeanor for that.
Yeah, you like
And so they're like,
What?
hey, I can market for you, and each case that I bring in under this marketing company, just run me that $5,000. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Or people coming hand out, hey, I have a sponsorship opportunity for you, and is that really gonna help beyond a couple little Instagram photos? So building that business
Right.
discernment is a challenge that I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I didn't know that. You said it can be illegal to get
100%.
business from.
No, it's one
Explain
thing.
to me
It's a
how.
fine.
They're
It's a fine
selling
line,
you
right?
a case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So as attorneys, especially
So
again,
if
if we're just
yeah.
talking about personal injury, I'm not talking about
Yeah, that's what we're
employment
talking
law
about.
or estate planning.
No,
For
we're talking
personal
about
injury,
personal injury.
there's that old adage of ambulance chasers, right? And that's
Got
because
you.
back in the
Okay.
day, attorneys were pulling up, dropping their cards at scene, and this is during someone's vulnerable time,
Right.
And so,
So they don't
it became a
choose
scene
with the
where
best.
it became a law where attorneys can't go to the scene. You know, we
Or the
can't go
hospital.
or the hospital, right? We can't do
Oh,
that.
see, I didn't
so
know that.
people found other little crafty ways, and they'll have employees go to the hospitals or other people that they
Yeah.
hire
Got
to
you.
go. Like, it's bad out
Tow
here
truck
for
drivers.
tow truck drivers are paid off, police officers paid
Doctors,
off,
nurses.
ER
The
doctors
payout
are
is
paid
so
off.
lucrative.
Yeah, it's a
You could easily
So
take
you really
advantage
can't
of
go
someone.
out aggressively soliciting business.
no.
Got you.
If someone
Okay.
comes to me and they're like, "Hey, I have a friend," you know,
Right.
that it has to be
Okay.
some sort of
Or I
connection.
saw your ad somewhere
Exactly.
or whatever the case
Exactly.
is. Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay, I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's a very, again, competitive, saturated market here in Las
Yeah.
Vegas. It's like it's like top 1 or 2 for accidents in the country. So there's a lot
See
of
all
car
those
accidents that
billboards,
happen.
like
Yes, I was
LA
about to say the
movies.
billboards you see everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy. And so but that's why I'm really also glad that we have other areas that we offer to represent clients as well. With
Right.
business with Vernon having his background in business, he's able to bring that in. I started learning more about estate planning after COVID, just seeing
Okay.
how
need.
it how
need
it
for that,
shook
right.
our community in particular, right? From fish fries to GoFundMe, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
You know,
You're right.
especially I feel
Get
like our
insurance.
generation is doing a great job at taking it to that next level and growing in our wealth and our knowledge. And so offering estate planning is very exciting and crucial as well.
Yeah. And
Better
it's
be some
needed, the
well-seasoned
education.
fish.
Well,
Well, seasoned fish.
But no, it is needed, the education and all of that, because a lot of I wouldn't want to say that a lot of our parents and our elders, because they did own properties and they had assets, but it's like, was it transferred, and was it, were they fighting in probate?
right. Or was the siblings fighting over $12,000?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. And that
Yeah.
happens a lot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What lessons have you guys learned, like, just in navigating, again, that first year of business and as a couple in business? What do you guys, what can you share from that?
One thing I learned is I can't talk to her sometimes like I'll talk to a business partner. You know, she may do something
There's
that
still the
I
undertone of
totally
your spouse.
disagree with or that frustrates me. And the way I speak sometimes or the way I
He trying to do it right
things
now. You hear him? He
with
trying
lies,
to.
Yeah.
gotta be very measured. You gotta be measured because
Yes.
she doesn't respond. We respond differently. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes I'm man, that don't matter. Just brush it off or keep going or do this or do that. And she be looking at me like I'm crazy. And so I just learned that I have to take a deep breath, reflect on something, and try to come up with the best way to phrase something, or she ain't gonna hear it.
Yeah.
And I think that's fine, but I can't do it with everything. Some things,
You just got to say it.
yeah, and deal with the consequences later, I guess.
I knew that was coming next. What about you, Taylor? How are you?
Sorry, I'm just really
They're
taking
taking it
that
in. Yeah,
Taking
she
that
was
in. What was
taking it
that
in.
question again? Difficulties that we've
Well,
navigated.
any lessons that you've learned?
A lesson I'm still learning is just better communication.
Yeah.
You know, I have a lot of things that's constantly going through my head. If I'm talking about, thinking about the cases, thinking about household needs, thinking about the kids. And then sometimes I'll just think I told Vernon something and just completely forget to tell him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, did I tell you? And he'd be like, nope. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
Sorry. So just that's been a challenge because that's happened, I think, a lot more this year than any other year. We've been married almost 8 years now.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, communicating is crucial.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, because you're doing business together. Before it was just y'all doing life and you had your own thing, so you ain't have to communicate as much. But now with y'all working together, it's like, dang, I got to communicate with him even more because we have more shared interests, invested interests into other parts of life that requires that communication.
100%.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
that's good. Yeah, so With you guys having the kids, though, how do you balance being an attorney? What is an attorney life really like, though?
Yeah.
I never, do y'all like being in the office all day? Do you have clients that come and see you often? How does
I think in
attorney
general,
life
an
work?
attorney life is gonna be different for every attorney, and
kinda
then it's gonna
figured
be
that.
different depending on the practice area, right? If I'm a criminal
Okay.
attorney, I'm probably gonna be going down to the jails a little bit more than I do,
Okay,
which
that's true.
I've
Yeah.
only gone down to the jails just a couple times. So thank you for that, because I don't want to be in nobody's jail, okay? But
Not even to help nobody.
Right,
Okay?
As long as you're on the right
I'm
side of the
good.
bars, it's all good.
Right.
But no, I just what I've crafted in this last year is a life where our children are gonna come first. If I need to move some things around, that's what I have to do.
Yeah.
Especially because they are so young. Now, as they get older, that will shift.
Yeah.
But it just really starts off as just a regular day. Sometimes I have more client leaning days. Like yesterday was a really client heavy day, back to back. Consultations, client communication with clients that are already obtained. But first and foremost is just trying to work around these kids and they schedules.
Yeah.
And then it
Because
also
are they
just means
active in?
we're starting to get them in activities.
Oh my
So sometimes
gosh.
that means, stopping my day at 2:30, start that pickup round, start the, dinner time, bath time, and then going back at it after that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I love that you guys got to enjoy some time as a married couple prior to having
That's
your
true. We didn't
daughters.
start off right away.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You need that time.
Yeah.
Do you guys want more children? That was random. Sorry.
It's okay.
No.
There we go. With your check. With your
She's
check.
looking like say the wrong thing. You know
She
what
sent me
it
to
is.
the doctor, so I can't have no kids
Yeah,
anyway.
there we go. He
too, player.
Clip, snip, snip.
Join the team, brother.
Okay, right.
I
No,
encourage men if
but
they don't want
We
babies.
had we had a difficult journey getting pregnant, and we experienced infertility as a
Okay.
couple, and so it took us like 3 years to have our first.
Okay.
And so we did IVF. We did 2 rounds of IVF, and it was right in the thick of COVID. So it was
Took
just
5 years
Gosh.
because we got pregnant right after marriage, and
Oh,
mine's
that's
just
true.
3.
We had a miscarriage. We had a
Wow.
lot.
Okay.
And so yeah, we went through 2 rounds of IVF, and then right around his birthday time, it was like, let's just accept everything. For me, he was ready
Yeah.
to accept it, but I wasn't ready to
Of
accept
course.
it. And I was like, well, let's see what type of life we can have without kids. Y'all threw that amazing dinner for us, put that together, and then we had some more, and then we had some more fun, and then God said, "Boop." Here's our oldest.
That's
Said,
what's up.
keep the party going.
Right. And then when you got pregnant with your other daughter, I know you were like, what is happening?
What is happening? It's very true what they say. You're so fertile, right?
Yes,
After that
yes.
first one,
After
like,
that
oh,
what?
that was a.
That
She
was
is
a
our
doozy.
blessing.
Yes.
Our
Oh, that's what you
surprise.
gonna say, huh?
I love it. I love that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, you guys are juggling quite a bit.
And how do you juggle it? Because you working full time.
Oh,
doing the
man,
business,
yeah.
fatherhood, husband?
long mornings. I wake up every day at 3:05 a.m.
305.
3:05 is when my alarm goes off.
What
for the
are
last
you
4 or 5.
doing at 3:05?
Personal development. So I wake
Okay.
up and work out, read, meditate, talk to God, and sometimes go to jiu-jitsu class at 5 a.m.
Nice.
okay.
I woke up today at 3:37 a.m.
Girl, for what?
I don't
Right,
know, but
for
I got
what?
up. I went downstairs. I was cleaning and just I
Wow.
listened to the word and and I've been up all day. I mean, it's not too bad.
Yeah,
It's
Not bad at all.
Yeah, especially when you can get most of the day done by 8.
They say if you wake up a couple hours earlier, it gives you 2 extra weeks in a year. So,
Oh wow.
Gotcha.
so that extra hour or 2 or 3, it translates to more time. More time means getting things done.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, Vernon's great at his discipline. Everyone always says, I've never met someone as disciplined as Vernon. Like, it's crazy. I never met. And he's really
Wow.
good at his personal development and just pouring into himself. And I'm trying to learn because I'm not as good
Yeah.
at taking care of myself. But now I'm trying to do Pilates in the morning and just be
I
healthier.
love that.
Yeah.
I want to
See,
try
that's-
Pilates.
See, that's different.
Yes, girl,
'cause
come on.
Most couples we talk to is usually like the reverse. The
Yeah,
men,
the men
the men usually
lack.
don't take care of themselves or pour into themselves as much as the women do. So it's kind of cool hearing a different.
And I'm
side
sure
of
that's
it.
something you developed prior to starting the business. And like, how many years have you been on that journey?
Since before me.
Since marriage. Well, even before marriage, I was getting up early, but I was probably going to the gym around like 5:30 or 4 or something like that in law school. But then I just started waking up earlier. Like after I got married, I don't know if maybe more responsibility.
He does not sleep like that
I just
either.
started waking up,
I need my sleep.
and I'll be wide awake.
like a
So I was
bear.
like, no reason, just sit here in the bed and do nothing. So I started getting up earlier. But then I started listening to Eric Thomas, hip hop preacher, other people like Wes Watson, who talked about the power of 3:45 or 2:45. They say a lot of billionaires get up really early.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
And so I'm trying to join that club.
Period.
So I might as well do what they do.
Well, let me go ahead and get up tomorrow again at 3 something, child. Let me start my path.
Listen, I'm
me
gonna
change
text you
that
later
alarm
tonight, see
clock.
what time you crashing. Cause
Yeah,
he be
yeah.
crashing. He be
Yeah.
like, it's 9 o'clock, it's late. I be like, dang, we ain't even got no little alone time.
Right. Dang. Come on,
I'll stay up
Vernon.
later now. I could be
You
up
do
10,
stay up a little
11.
later.
Did
No,
you see
sir,
us
he's
at
never.
Yeah.
that's a sip and stretch.
Yeah.
I didn't get. That was in Henderson. We didn't get home till after 11 o'clock.
That was an exceptional
was
evening
way
for us. It
past
was
his
way past the
bedtime.
bedtime.
Girl,
Way
still
past-
got
I
it at
figured
3:05
when I
though.
looked and was like, bye, and y'all were like, dude, okay. I was like,
Yeah, we didn't have time to hang out after
Yeah,
that.
we had to
That's
get for the
okay. To the
babysitter too.
babies.
Yeah,
I already
yeah,
knew.
Still had a
exactly.
45-minute drive to get home. after that.
okay,
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
Vernon ain't gonna let
Vernon
us
like-
lay that down. But we appreciate that, and that's why we cultivate
Oh,
those
he loved
spaces
it.
because
He
it's
loved
needed.
It absolutely is.
definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh
you.
yeah,
so
I don't
much.
stay up late often, but it's worth it. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes she be itching to get out the house. I'm a homebody. I can stay in the crib all day.
Really?
But every time when I get out, I have a ball.
time, yeah.
I'm
Got
like,
you.
Vernon's very though 0 to 100. So I'm like pulling him out the house. We get there, you never know he didn't want to be there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
I'm like, okay, I got to deal with this bipolar situation.
Right.
it's not bipolar. Like I said, I can have a
Fit
good
in.
time wherever I'm
Wherever
at.
you at,
know
there
what I
you go.
mean?
You can
Okay.
fit in wherever you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's all
Yeah,
right
I
there.
love that y'all are doing that because it takes a lot to build what you all are building and definitely from a professional capacity, which is why I'm glad to have you guys on because it's not just, even though Vernon is creative and I'm sure you have your creative ventures and what you pour into the business, but starting a business off of more talent or skill is different than going to school, obtaining the knowledge and really building something up from that essence because you could have
100%.
still just been at a law firm and worked it from that angle. So you got to put a whole lot more in, especially in small markets. And while it's oversaturated on the personal injury side, I will say Vegas is a small city anyway. So most of the businesses tend to be like, even in our industry, it's extremely
Yeah.
oversaturated. So it's like you got to fight and put a little more in. So I get that extra time that you're putting in the morning to make sure that you're a step above.
And anytime you do something worth doing, it's going to be oversaturated, but just separate yourself with your work ethic, your
Exactly.
drive, and
Right.
your character and personality.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what piece of advice would you guys give to young attorneys that's looking to start a business, their own practice, right? And then also for couples who are looking to go in business together.
You want to go first?
Okay.
Ladies first.
Okay. I would say as a young attorney who's looking to go into business, I would say just do it. I felt when I really thought about it, probably in my second year of practice, I thought, hey, maybe I can do this. I was at a personal injury firm in Newport Beach, and I was like, this seemed like simple enough. They pulling up in their little Jaguars, taking their little private jets. I'm like, and you can make
Right.
some money,
Right.
But I, again, just being very cautious, very timid. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to stay and learn more
Yeah.
before I went on my own, which is a way to do it as well. But I think the alternate path that I've seen some other people do is just do it by yourself and figure it out. Try to collect mentors
Yeah.
that are willing to really assist you and not just, say they're going to assist you.
Right.
And then you can get it done because the practice of law is not what they teach you in law school.
Oh,
So you get out of law school and you just know nothing, and it's really sad. You don't know where to file a lawsuit, how to file a lawsuit. You don't know, like some
It's
words
really
in a
on
procedure.
the job training.
That is why they call it the practice of law. Like you're
Right.
practicing
Lord.
law all the time.
Well,
You're practicing.
That makes me scared because I'm thinking of practicing medicine. And stop.
girl.
Well,
Yeah,
it's the
right.
same. Yeah.
And so you're always going to be learning, and that honestly is what initially attracted me to the field of law. It constantly evolving and changing, and just being able to learn more every day. Now I'm a little tired of it. I'd be like, okay,
Right.
come on now, y'all need
I'm
to
done
stop.
learning.
Right, y'all need to stop.
I just want to cheat.
But yes, I would certainly tell a young attorney who's thinking about going on their own just to do it, and
Okay.
just to find some mentors along the way that can really help you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say it's harder than you think it's going to be, and not in a negative way to distract them or detract them from it. Just a lot of people think, oh, I hate my job, so I'm going to start business by myself. But
Yeah.
your job is, 8 hours a day. You start a business, it can be 12, it can be 15, it can be 24 hours.
Yeah, y'all
Yeah.
know
So
about
I
the
would
long
say
days.
it's going to
Yeah.
be harder than you
I
think,
live it.
but it's worth it.
But it's
Yeah.
worth it.
And get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then for couples that want to do business together, because I know y'all was a little
She's
hesitant.
correct. Just hat in hand, she's right.
Get out
No,
of here.
stop.
He is-
Stop. I would
She's
say
correct.
communication. Just
Communication.
communicating
Yeah.
Okay.
through and through is always going to be in business, out of business, communication.
I would say my real answer, I guess, would be, it takes, there's one captain that's going to lead the ship. However, I would say let her lead most of the time. If it's not something I'm totally dead set against, I don't care, but when it's something I was like, no, we can't do that, or we have to do this, then I step in, so I would say compromise, but stand on business.
Compromise
from a lawyer with
stand
an
on
attitude.
business.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I love that. Like, I appreciate you guys sharing that and sharing your journey through law school, marriage, building a family, and also this new business over a year.
Just a
I
little
obviously wish you guys nothing but success as you guys continue to
Thank you,
grow
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
and
Yes.
evolve. Any
Yeah.
last words, baby?
No, just good insight. I learned a lot about attorneys. Like, and
He
what
might
you
think
guys
he an attorney when
No,
he-
I don't want to be an attorney. That's a lot of schooling and all the knowledge that you have to obtain to even have that title. So
Yeah.
I'm good on that. But no, but no, I just appreciate you guys kind of sharing your journey, and that it's a early journey for you guys, but you guys seem to be happy and in a positive state, and then you got the babies that's there too as well. So you guys,
They the
got a
real
lot of-
bosses.
yeah.
Okay.
They the real bosses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't get it confused at all.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for
Yeah, we
having us,
appreciate
y'all.
you.
Thank you.
No,
guys,
we are grateful
yes.
you guys came
Yeah.
today. Building business is one thing, but building a law practice, child, that's crazy. No,
Okay.
but
Well,
you
I
know
have
what?
to say she is doing phenomenal. Like she said, that I have a full-time job.
Yeah.
And so I can't do as much as she does. She is ripping and running all day, doing all types of things. So when she tells me she needs my help or demands me to do something, I do it
Little
quick,
voluntold.
fast, and in a hurry.
Right?
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
I
But
know
no,
that's
she
right.
is the brains, the beauty, and everything behind LWA.
Look, he trying to
Yes.
do some
Okay.
things.
Oh, she said he trying to go home and practice because he can't do nothing. Listen, okay. But we really appreciate you guys for coming on the podcast today and just sharing you all's journey. To everyone tuning in, especially couples on the journey together, keep communicating, keep growing, and most importantly, keep building your legacy as a team, because at the end of the day, it's all about love and money. If you know a couple who's doing it and doing it well, send them our way. Have them reach out to us at Love and Money Couplepreneurs at gmail.com. We're going to have that on the screen for you. Thank you guys so much again. Thank you all for being a part of the conversation. And until next time, we wish you guys peace and blessings.